Welcome back to another episode of A Side of. Today we are going to do a side of Skyrim. I think
The Elder Scrolls.
the Elder Scrolls, which is what the fifth. This is the fifth game in the Elder Scrolls franchise.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Skyrim.
which this is the first Elder Scrolls game for me. But I will say, uh, well, we should probably talk about how we got introduced to the Elder Scrolls
All right.
stuff. And I'm
I
pretty. Well, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure you're the go first because you played
yeah.
the other games.
I played Morrowind and Oblivion. Morrowind I didn't play that much of. I had it back on the Xbox, but the hit system in it was just so annoying that I just never really got into it. Oblivion I played a little bit, but I never owned the game. And the thing that turned me off from playing that one is I was staying with my friend, and I would make a file and start playing, and then he would just save over my file, and he would always say sorry afterwards, but he would save over the file somehow, and then I'd make another one, and then he'd save over it, and then after like 3 or 4 characters, I was like, okay, I'm not playing this game anymore. And then I started playing Skyrim, and it was awesome. Played it a lot, and then I've since gone back and played some Morrowind, but I still can't get past that issue. But then I got Oblivion for the PlayStation and played that a bit too. So,
What when you say you got Morrowind for the Xbox, you're talking about the first Xbox, the original.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, the Xbox.
What had you heard of the Elder Scrolls before picking up Morrowind?
Nope.
So you picked it up and was like, "Oh, this is the third Elder Scrolls game."
Yeah, I didn't even know what it. No, I didn't even know anything about it. I just picked it up. I think originally I had seen on G4 there was an episode of what was the.
Cinematech or XPlay?
No, it was the show that always had cheats.
Oh,
Pringles Gamer's Guide or something like that.
yeah.
I think I had seen on that codes to get all your health or magic back, and I saw that that was a game, and I went and played it. But
And
the
like
the fucking the I guess it gets better. I've heard, but the fact that you just miss every melee strike you do for like 20 fucking minutes, that really turned me off.
uh,
Couldn't get into it.
which is something I've heard. Like I said earlier, Skyrim was the first Elder Scrolls game I had played. I had heard of the other ones mostly through you and Eric, and
Yeah. Of course.
I hear that Skyrim is kind of a not a dumbed down version, but it's a lot. There's a lot less.
It's more streamlined.
You think?
Yeah. Like it's more accessible, but it's less complicated because of that.
Okay. You know what really got me to play Skyrim was the fact that it was made by Bethesda, and I'm a huge fan of the Fallout. I say the Fallout series, but really it's only 3 in New Vegas, the only ones I've played.
Yeah.
And if you've played those, you can clearly see some of the influences in this game, like like lock picking is almost identical in both games. Except I think it's in Fallout you have a bobby pin instead of
Oh yeah.
a knife. I don't even remember what you use. I think it's like a bobby.
You use a lockpick.
Yeah, in Fallout. In this one, you use like a sharpened rock and
Well, the item is still a lockpick.
right. It's just kind of more rustic because it's a fantasy setting.
Yes.
What were you really excited to play Skyrim when it first came out?
I wasn't super hyped for it, but I got it. Someone got it for me for some occasion, and I played it. And I think it was on like a Christmas. I think it was Christmas because I remember going to my grandmother's. Remember playing the very beginning, and I got up to I think the bear in the cave at the very beginning, and just like holy shit, this is fucking awesome. And I had to leave, and so I went and I spent the day at my grandmother's, doing family shit. And then when I finally got back, I just stayed up all night, I think, and played it until the game froze and got all cyan and fucked up because it kept doing that whenever I played it too long. For many long hours, I would have to restart the system and let it sit for a little bit.
Right, because you would just keep playing and playing and playing.
Yeah.
You do, dude. It's Bethesda, man. They make games that people just. Well, it's also that it's a sandbox game,
Yeah.
which.
The game is designed for you to just waste hours in.
Oh yeah, because there's just too much. There's too much to do. But that's kind of the appeal to it. If you get bored doing something or something's just kind of not interesting for you, I'm sure you'll find something.
Yeah.
And I will say I do like the caves in Skyrim more than I liked the vaults in Fallout.
I didn't play enough Fallout to do very many of those. But I do like the cave system.
Yeah, it's just because the caves look cooler.
It's just little dungeon crawls.
Yeah.
They're fun. Yeah. I liked finding words of power. That was
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you think of the between the two of us? You're the bigger fantasy buff.
Oh, I love fantasy.
So what do you think of the whole going into the mechanics more than the story of the Thuum and the dragon?
Learning 3 pieces of it and it's powerful.
Yeah.
I feel it was too limited. There was a lot of like options, but you could only do one at any given time, and they had all these various cooldowns. Some of them just cooled down for so long. I kind of wish that you could use it more often in battle. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I mean, there were ways to. I think there was like armor or like necklaces or rings. I know there's a blessing that you can get that can speed up the time.
Yeah, but I'm talking like you could use the what is it, Fus Roda.
The first one you get the
Unrelenting Force, is that what it is?
I think so, yeah.
Something like that. You could just like do that and knock everyone down, and then while they're on the ground, you could use the ice breath to freeze them, and then use the fire breath to set them on fire.
But that's like that. I mean, those are powerful.
I know, but that's one of the reasons why it's a big shame that you don't get to use them more often because they're kind of awesome.
Yeah,
Actually, one of my favorite things was being bestowed upon by Parthenax, like learning to strengthen my fire breath, and then I just ran around and fire breathed everything. It was fucking awesome.
By the way, I guess we should have made this disclaimer, but we'll probably spoil some things about the story.
Yeah, but you don't know who Parthenax is.
No.
Was that his name?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Parthenax. If not, we'll correct it later.
Yeah, of course.
So, by the way, what we want to do with this is we're playing it simultaneously. We're playing at the same time. We
both just made characters.
We made brand new characters, and we've. It might seem like the characters we picked are similar. He's playing an assassin. You're playing what race are you playing?
I'm a wood elf. Never played the wood elf, but what are they, Bosmer?
I think so.
Because I tried to do things I've never done before, and so I played a wood elf because I've never been one. I'm like a huge burly dude, but I'm gonna do. What is it? Light armor?
Yeah.
Light armor, one-handed, bows, which I've never done archery. That's what I'm focusing on, and it's actually pretty fucking sick.
And I'm doing
stealth, alchemy for poisons, and then smithing so I can make myself new armors. But I'm basically going the silent assassin route.
I'm going I'm not doing what he's doing with the making a character I've never done before. I'm doing one that was my absolute favorite. I haven't played Skyrim in like a good year or so, and I felt like playing my absolute favorite, which is a Khajiit.
The patient rogue.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm playing him as a thief. I'm not going around killing everybody. I'm more just stealing all their stuff.
I am killing people.
Justin is ending their life. I'm ending their fortunes. Is how that is.
Well, no, I still take their stuff. I just kill them when I do.
Right, because you don't want any witnesses.
Oh man, the way I've been killing people so far has been very fun.
I've been using
2 arrows into the back, put them down silent.
There you go. I've been using mostly daggers because one of the things that's really cool is the skill trees in this game. And as a thief, there's a sneaking skill tree, and there's once you get a high enough sneak, your daggers, if you do a sneak attack, is like 15 times more powerful.
I think you can get up to 30 times.
Exactly. So basically, one-shot kill.
Yeah, and for me with the bow, I think I can get up to like 6 times.
The
Which
great thing,
is, I mean, good. The bow is strong as fuck, but
the bow is ridiculous, especially when you get the zoom.
yeah, I just got that. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, dude, it makes it, and it's so satisfying. One another thing that I think they took from, uh, but correct me if I'm wrong, Justin, because I haven't played Morrowind or Oblivion, but
The kill
they,
cams.
yeah, where it like does this very
I don't
short.
remember if they have them in Morrowind, but I think they might in Oblivion.
Oh, okay, and I don't know which came first, Fallout or Oblivion, but or Fallout 3 and or Oblivion, but what did you think of the magic in this game? The
I like it, but there's a thing missing from Morrowind or from Oblivion that I thought would be pretty cool.
what's that?
You can essentially, if you have money, you can like go to the mage college or whatever, the guild or whatever, and you could pay a guy and just like make your own spells, name them, and then you can tweak how strong they are based on how much money you have.
I
So
wonder.
that's kind of
That does sound actually pretty cool. I'm sad that they didn't do that because that'd make being a mage a lot cooler.
oh yeah.
But then again, I'd also like it if I don't know if this was in Morrowind or Oblivion, but it'd have been cool if you could have customized your weapons just a little bit.
Yeah, they have a very simple weapon system in Skyrim, sadly.
Yeah. The only thing they've really done is, initially you could buy a house and you could buy furnishing for your house, and if you had like weapons or armor, that was pretty much like you could get a what do you call them? Almost like a mannequin and stick your armor and weapons on them just to kind of like, yeah, look at that Daedric armor or whatever.
Yeah, look, I'm a beast.
Exactly, but they did add an expansion where you can actually build a house from the ground up and customize it, but that's
Oh, very nice.
customizing wise, that's about it, other than your character and how they look.
Yeah, I haven't played any of the expansions.
I have not either. We may do this.
DLCs.
We may do this later.
Maybe.
Much later. Once
Oh, yeah, much.
Skyrim is such
Mucho later.
Skyrim is like an ocean compared to the other things that we've talked about on this show.
Hmm.
Another thing. What do you think of? Did they fix the hit marker for you?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Everything works really well in this game. Like, if I hit you in the face with an arrow, there's a fucking arrow sticking out of your face and it kills you. None of this. It missed.
Oh yeah, dude, I love the dragons. I know dragons are like a big fantasy thing, but man,
I know, they're so badass.
I don't remember.
And
the last-
Alduin, at the very beginning, when you first see him, and he roars and it, like, thunderclaps and causes meteors to fucking rain.
Okay.
That's, like, the coolest thing. He's the coolest dragon.
Dude, it was. I think as far as game intros go, that one actually was pretty good because it starts off very slowly.
Mhm.
You're in the back of this carriage. You're going. You don't see what your character looks like because you could be anybody. You have to wait a little bit to pick your race and what you look like.
Yeah.
But
Which is cool at first, but gets annoying on multiple characters.
you know what I did to fix that problem was I saved it.
Yeah,
Right
you made a character right before so that you could the save basically loads and it's like, are you a whatever? And then
Yeah,
you can,
exactly. So I don't have to sit.
I did that as well.
But it is cool because you don't know what's going on, and especially, myself. I'd never played one of these games before, so everything was new. It was kind of it was a little hard at first because you have to kind of remember like who are the Thalmor, who are the Dwemer, who are this and that, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it was hard for you because you've already played Morrowind. Oblivion.
Nah, it wasn't that hard for me.
Oh, aren't you just fancy?
I remember reading the random books as I went. There's some
Oh,
pretty cool stories.
They're so good.
There's some really cool stories.
Did you ever read the Wolf Queen?
Nope, never read any of those ones.
Which, alright, I guess we should say this. Justin and I probably played Skyrim at about the same time, but it ends up that we've talked about it. I think I've just done more things.
Yeah, but I have achieved 100, 100 and all stats.
Right, we focused on different things. I was sitting out, like, going a bunch of dungeons. Really, my goal was trying to get the Daedric artifacts.
Yeah, I didn't do like any of those quests. I spent a lot of time in the Whiterun area. Like, I've not done anything in Markarth before, or Solitude, besides the Brotherhood of the Dark Brotherhood.
Oh, okay. But I guess we should, a good place to start is our characters, maybe? Our character designs. Which you already said you're a wood elf and you're very burly. And
Yeah, I'm big and burly. He's supposed to be there's a book, uh, part of the War of the Spider Queen or something like that. I read a long time ago. Forgotten Realms. It's about like elves and shit like that. And there's this elf, this dark elf named like Rild or something. He's
Okay.
like gigantic. And he wields all these weapons and stuff. I was kind of going for that. He's an elf. He uses a bow and all that, but he's not like the other ones that are all fucking lithe and pretty. He's big and burly, and I think his eyes it's the like blood around the eyes tattoo or whatever.
I actually made my Khajiit has really tall ears. I thought that was kind of cool.
Khajiit.
The
Yeah.
Khajiit, yeah, they're really tall ears, and he's got like a black and white motif going on. And one really cool little touch in the intro is depending on your race, because you're a prisoner. You know, you're with Ulfric Stormcloak, and you're with some other guy.
Stormcloud.
Stormcloud.
Man, how dare you?
Say Ulfric's name in vain. But you're with them, and you're gonna get executed.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
they never say why. I think.
And you're there with Lokir from Rorikstead.
Oh, I thought he died.
Rorikstead. I'm from Rorikstead. Well, yeah, and then he gets killed.
Oh, well then, so you just remembered his name.
Yeah.
Wow. Uh, but yeah, you're gonna get executed. So depending on your race, the guy that's talking to you and says, and who are you? He'll say something like,
We'll make sure we get your body over to the Valen Wood or something.
Balin Wood, or if you're a dark elf, they'll say like, all the gods really have just disowned you or something because of that whole oblivion thing. And so that was kind of a cool touch. And then you go and you watch a guy get his head cut off, and
Yep.
then it's your turn, and your head's on the block, and then all of a sudden, you just kind of. Which, by the way, there's a scene right before it where you're about to, you hear a roar in the background,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, "Oh, don't worry about
What
it."
the fuck is that? Ah, don't worry about it.
Exactly.
And then it's a little bit louder.
No, I thought it only did it once, and
No,
then
it does it like 3 times and then he shows up.
oh, okay. And
Yeah,
then
you hear it a second time, and then the dude's got the axe above you, and then it roars and he lands on the top of the fucking tower. And then you're just like, holy fuck! And then he thunderclap roars, and then all hell breaks loose.
right, and then or your hands are bound, so you're just kind of running around, and you run into the Stormcloaks, and you go with them for a little bit. You're running through this burning down. What is it? A city? It's not really
It's like a keep.
Yeah, it's a little keep there because it's too small to be or a hold. It's too small to be a hold, but it's
Yeah, but it's not tiny.
yeah. And then you meet an Imperial, and then you find out. Oh, by the way, there's this whole thing about the Stormcloak
Stormcloaks
Rebellion,
versus the Imperials. Yeah,
right? And
we'll
we'll probably
cover that
go.
later.
We'll talk about that later, but just so you have an idea, the Imperials, as they sound, they're part of this empire, and they want the Skyrim to be a part of it. But the Stormcloaks are Nords that are lived in Skyrim forever, and they don't feel like they don't want to be a part of it. Essentially,
Yeah.
that's
Which, can't you see how these filthy Stormcloaks are just wrong in their thinking? They need to become a part of the Imperials, like
Whoa.
everyone else, for the
Whoa.
good of the continent.
the kingdom is going too big, too wide, too fast. It's too thin. It needs to go back where it came from.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
We'll have to settle this on the field of battle.
on the field of battle. And by the way, Nords are easier to steal from when the Empire doesn't have their back.
Yeah, it's kind of true.
Just throwing that out there.
But I'll just kill the Nord anyway. I'll just kill him and then take his stuff. I'll kill the Imperial.
Ugh.
Well, no, I won't. I'll be a part of the Imperials, but
Only,
I'll do it so quietly he'll never know.
only a weak thief would have to kill his prey to steal from them.
I don't do it for the thievery. I do it for the pure fun. I enjoy killing them. It's just I happen to get money from it as well.
I steal for the fun of stealing, but I don't feel the need to take others' lives unless they attack me first. But
Wow, you
that's
sound weak.
ooh, ooh. Be careful, you might wake up with a dagger near your throat someday.
You'll never get close enough because you'll have an arrow through your fucking head.
Ooh, ooh,
Bitch. I'll sneak all over you.
dude, dude. Are you kidding me? It takes a lot more sneak to sneak around live people than it is a dead body.
Yeah, but it takes even more sneak to kill that person without anyone else nearby knowing. I killed Sven in the corner of the inn with people in the inn and they didn't see.
Dude, I stole stuff
I
from
picked his pocket and then killed him.
well, hands down, that's pretty hard to pickpocket someone.
So fuck off.
So
I'm gonna choose the Imperials, by the way.
I'm gonna choose the Stormcloaks. One
Whenever we get to that war, I've never done it, so it should be fun.
I have. It's pretty cool. Which isn't even the main story, but it's
Nope.
just a really big side mission that happens in the background.
Yeah.
So
Oh, and I want to mention, I'm playing on Adept. Usually I play it on a higher difficulty, but I just don't feel like it because I don't want to spend an hour trying to kill a dragon.
you know what I do actually? I don't. I think I'm on Adept too, but whenever I fight a dragon, I up it because otherwise the dragons are just too easy.
It's just more epic for you.
Exactly, because dragons are supposed to be.
I haven't gotten far enough to fight a dragon yet. We decided that we were going to play up until Whiterun and then go talk about it. So
Yeah, we're gonna do this in segments where we'll go. We'll have an idea in mind as to how, well, where we
we want to end up next.
right, and then just the stuff that happens to us along the ways.
Mm-hmm.
So, he picked Imperial because you go with the Imperial and you go with the Stormcloaks, but then you get to pick, okay, which one do you want to actually follow?
Yep.
And him picking the Imperials and I'm picking the Stormcloaks.
I
They're-
don't remember these fuckers' names, but
No, but I'm pretty sure it's very similar.
Hadvar, is that one of them? Maybe.
Maybe.
Anyway,
They're very similar. It's just some instances are different. Like for him, since he's an Imperial, there's a section where you go into what seems like a torture chamber,
mm-hmm.
and as an Imperial, you can actually talk to the guy who's the torturer.
Yeah.
You can hear a conversation. As a Stormcloak, I just kill all the Imperials in there. But you go into the same rooms, you go into the same crap, and then I think you fight some spiders.
Yeah, you do.
That's
And that was actually this first note. Well, actually, technically, I have one note right before it. Alduin is badass, and I choose Imperials, but I think we've taken care of that.
yes.
But this next one, it happened when I was fighting the spiders, because I got my bow finally. Because I couldn't get a bow until after these dudes.
Yeah.
So I get it, and then I think the next thing is spiders. So I'm like, all right. I pull it out. First arrow, because I'm sneaky, across the room. First arrow right in the fucking forehead. I guess forehead of the spider. One shot. Does the kill cam. Super satisfying. Second arrow, same thing. And so I wrote this down. One shot bow kill cams are satisfying.
yes.
They very fucking much. They're so much more satisfying than when you get a kill with like a two-handed sword or something, because you just kind of like chop them down. Whereas
don't know.
this, it's like you follow the arrow and it like spins a little bit and then just nails them and then they go down.
I like the two-handed weapons, the kill counts for that, because you either like just slice them,
No, just pierce them through with the big ass sword.
or you use the handle, you put it around the back of their neck, and then you just headbutt them to death. And that was pretty cool. I also you have to kill the spiders, but there is a sleeping bear, and the guy is like, oh, why don't you could sneak away
Why don't
from
you try your sneak out?
And I was like, nah, this bear's going down.
Yeah, me too.
Killed that bear.
Two arrows. One arrow, boom, sneak attack, almost one-shotted. Second arrow, boom, no chance.
Which, by the way, it's funny that we're picking these two characters because we actually our races have different bonuses. His are naturally better at the bow.
Yeah.
But mine are the Khajiit are naturally better at sneaking.
Yeah.
So
I should have just used the animal bond thing or whatever and just had the bear fight the Imperial with me or something.
Just run
Fuck
past.
Imperials, fuck Stormcloaks, I choose nature!
I choose the bear.
Brr!
But and then you
Then we
walk.
get out.
Then you get out, and it's kind of cool because
I tried to shoot Alduin with an arrow, but he's just flying around too fast.
yeah, he's zooming, and then the next big thing
Next time.
is depending on if you're an Imperial or a Stormcloak. The first town you go into, River Run, you
Well,
there-
no, I'm not even there. As
You
far
didn't-
as what I have written down, I didn't go there immediately.
you didn't go to River Run immediately.
No.
Oh, okay.
Riverwood. Riverwood.
Riverwood, sorry.
No, what I did immediately was I hopped through the wilds to the Guardian Stones, and I picked Thief. Because, come on.
Pretty much.
But I literally hopped through the wilds. Like, just for fun. I just jumped the whole way.
The guy's name, by the way, on my side, his name is Nord Roloff. His name is Roloff.
Roll off.
He told me to go
Or
meet
Rayloff.
or Rayloff.
Yeah.
His sister. If
Roloff.
you're a Stormcloak, if you follow the what they want you to go to, you're gonna go to Riverwood, and if you're a Stormcloak, you're gonna talk to this girl that I don't remember what she does in the town, but if you're
her family, like, owns it or something, and they run the mill.
oh, okay, and then if you're an Imperial, you go to the blacksmith.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I did was I found a bandit camp, and just killed them all. You know, just pam pow pow with my bow.
Of course.
And then I slept there because in this game you get
You get a bonus.
you get a bonus of faster XP.
Yep. If you own the bed, you get a bigger bonus.
Oh, I did
Yeah.
not know that. That's cool.
Yep.
And then okay, so if you're gonna play Skyrim, this is almost like mandatory that you do this because it just makes the game easier for you. There's this thing called the Guardian Stone,
Yes, that's where I'm at.
and that's what he was talking about. There's these 3 stones, and depending on if you want to be a mage, a warrior, or a thief, you activate one, and it makes it so that all the skills in that tree and
The
that
associated ones.
associated ones will level faster.
Level up a little bit faster. So, like, for me, alchemy, sneak, light armor, one hand, archery, pickpocket, speech.
Yes, same for me because I also did thief.
Exactly. I don't know if I'm going to bother with speech, but I might just for the fact it gives you more money.
Well, why don't you just kill the guy and rob him? Because then I wouldn't be able to sell it.
Exactly.
But so you went straight for the Guardian Stone. I guess I did too. I thought I went straight to Riverwood.
Well, after I activated the thief, I think right nearby there's like a waterfall.
Okay.
I jumped across a river/waterfall, rock climbed up, actually like 3 or 4 edges. I like hopped up them. And then I ran over to this little cabin where this old lady was fighting skeletons. So I went over and helped.
Do you remember
and
the name of the cabin?
Anis's cabin.
Okay.
All of the areas I have underlined, so I knew that was like the area
Oh, okay.
on the map. So I arrived at Anis's cabin, where I leveled up, which is pretty awesome. I checked out the secret cellar. There was a note about a coven. I come out of the top. She attacks me. I kill her in 1 poison arrow. I used frostbite venom. Right to the chest. Boom. 1 shot. Took all of her shit. And then I picked up a book that increased alchemy.
Nice.
So, success! And I leveled up there. So, it was pretty nice.
After I got to the Guardian Stone, I went to a mine, actually.
Oh, Ember Shard mine.
Ember Shard Mine, yeah. And I killed 2 bandits. The bandit leader had a warhammer. So he was...
The fucker.
I had to keep him at a distance because I did not want that coming up to me.
I just let him hit me.
Really?
Yeah, and then I just healed afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I killed him. Found him. It was the mine. If you've been in that mine, there's actually like a part of it that's caved in, and there's a skeleton, and you can read his note talking about how they need to do better safety because of the fear of
Getting crushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that, yeah. So that was the place I went to right after the Guardian Stones.
Well, right after Anis's cabin, I rested until night
okay.
to get resting experience, but also so it was night makes sneaking easier. And I ran across the river again, right over to the Ember Shard Mines, where you're at, and I
Oh, okay.
dispatched the guard. Just boom, arrow to the face. From the
And
dark, you know,
oh, okay.
where I entered the Ember Shard Mines.
And so did you do the same thing? You took out the. I think there's 3 bandits in total.
I sniped the 2 fuckers. This is what I wrote down. Snipe 2 fuckers and steal shit. Drop the bridge and body 2 more. So the 2 dudes are like right by the fire. As I come in, I'm all like stealthy, and I just shoot the first one in the back, and then he starts running around, and I just shoot him and take him out. And the next one comes up the stairs. I shoot him, and then I like jump down, and then like shot him. Took all their shit because they're fuckers. And then I put the bridge down, and the other 2 came running, and they just came because it's like a tiny little hallway, and there's a doorway, so they have to come in single file. So I just waited there, and I just used some of my poison. Boom, arrow to the dude's chest. Boom, arrow to the dude's chest. Both down.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. The bow is very, very fun.
I'll say one thing we probably should have said earlier, and you mentioned it very briefly, is that each race has its own special ability
Yeah.
that they get. Not the bow and the sneak thing. That's just
They're like daily racial or something.
right. His is that you get to what? You can command animals or something. You can,
Yeah.
or animals will come and help you out.
Yes.
Okay, mine is that I can. I think mine's a little. Well, it's. I think okay. So most of these, like you said, is daily. You can use it once a day.
You become invisible.
I don't become invisible.
Oh, I thought that's what Khajiit did.
Nah, that'd be cool though. Holy crap! No, mine I can just see in the dark.
Oh, you can see in the dark.
Yeah, it makes.
I just pull out a torch.
Yeah, but then now you have one hand. Now you have to have one hand holding a torch.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because I can sneak in the dark and they can't see me, but I can see them.
Well, they're all dead.
Wow.
Yeah, I kill pretty much anything that can threaten me immediately.
You're just gonna. No one's gonna live in Skyrim when you're done. You're just
Yeah, I'm gonna eventually kill every single citizen.
Wow. Well, Malog Bog will love that.
So yeah, I found the dude that got crushed.
Okay.
Killing, looting, stealth kills, level up.
All that.
It's basically nothing awesome happened after that besides me killing a lot more people, and I leveled up again.
Nice. Stole a bunch of stuff, as we do.
Yeah, looting.
Which I don't feel. It's funny to me that it's still stealing even after they're dead. Who am I stealing it from?
That corpse? He doesn't need it.
Exactly. So after, once I was done with that cave, I went to Riverwood because there's.
Hold on, I'm not done with that cave.
Oh, you're not done? Oh, I'm sorry.
I have 2 more notes.
Okay.
So, when you come down in the area that has the, forge?
Yeah.
There's, a rope bridge with a waterfall behind it or something like that? Well,
Yeah.
I got a beautiful kill cam. 1-shot arrow on the guy as he was walking by. Sneak attack. Boom. Across the room. Bam! I hit him, 1-shot him with the arrow, and he, goes flying and tumbles off the other end. It was a beaut.
Yes.
And it makes it all worth it. I love it.
I'm
And
telling
I finally got a better bow. And I finally got a bunch of arrows because I was about to run out. And then I beat it.
I'm telling you, dude, the kill cam for the bow is probably the best.
Oh, yeah.
But-
with spells, it sometimes does it, but it's not even like a kill cam. It'll just show you hit him with a spell.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that was...
Well, sometimes if you use
that was cool.
if you use Ice Shard, it'll do the same thing. You'll follow it.
Mm-hmm.
But
their body will go flying.
yeah.
Roll across the ground.
Oh, there's something satisfying about that. That's the one thing about mages is when you use the Ice Shard and they just go flying, ragdolled.
Yeah, you feel like Sorceress Adia.
Yes.
You don't know.
So you got one more note for that?
No, that was it.
Okay.
I got a better bow finally, and I got more arrows because I always suspected this would be a problem. It only makes sense, but until I actually felt the problem, it never really registered. But you run out of arrows too quickly sometimes.
Sometimes. I haven't come across that problem yet because I just seem to keep running into archers.
I'm not though. That's the thing. I'm not finding people with arrows very much.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, then you're gonna run out. And then what's your secondary if you run out of arrows?
I have a 2-handed sword and dual maces.
Oh,
depending
okay.
on how I feel.
I've got some kind of dagger. I don't know. On the next show, I'll write down what it
Some kind
is.
of dagger.
Some kind of
What a
dagger.
little bitch.
Up
Anyway,
yours.
once we left the Ambershard mine, I hunted a moose.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're not taking turns here? Is it not my turn to talk about...
Well, I'm just saying I got to Riverwood. I hunted a moose towards Riverwood,
You
and I
know,
got so.
we ended up doing the same thing pretty much, because you made it to Riverwood. I went to the Embershard Mines, went to Riverwood. The only difference is you went to that cabin first, and then...
Yes, I went to the cabin and then the Ambershard mine,
So, when I
and
went...
I went to the Guardian Stones.
So, since
Mm.
we're now both at the same place, Riverwood, I went to the forge first. You know, I sold because I stole a bunch of stuff as much as I could carry, and so I went to him first to sell all the weapons and armor that I wasn't gonna wear.
I just dropped anything that weighed too much, so I didn't take any armor or weapons or anything. Only jewels.
Did you do the whole tutorial with what's his name, Alvar?
Yep. And the moment he walked around the corner, I stole all of his shit there.
Oh yeah, you have to, dude.
Yeah,
You have to. The hardest
'cause
place to steal
that's
from
what I do.
in Riverwood is the general goods store because they never leave it.
Yeah, they follow you the whole time.
They follow you the whole time, but they never sleep. They're the only general goods store in that game I know of that they never sleep.
They just stay open and watch you.
Exactly. But you know, I robbed just every house I could find. I broke into every place, just robbed it. You know what I did?
I went.
I went upstairs to the general goods store, and then just stole all the stuff up top, and then went down and sold it back to him.
You're a bitch.
Slimy yet satisfying.
Wait, how can you do that? You're not supposed to be able to sell stolen shit until you have a fence.
You can wait. What? Why can't you?
Because they won't accept stolen.
They don't
goods,
know it's stolen.
I thought, but it says stolen on it. I thought they could. I thought you couldn't sell it.
I've never run into that problem. Anything I've stolen, I just sell to people, and they never ask questions.
Anyway, Alvor taught me to smith, and I discussed politics with Hadvar,
Hadvar is the
the Imperial,
yeah,
and he made a pretty compelling case. Gotta say,
for why the Imperials are right.
yeah, I'm a little bit more on their side now. Oh, and I liked the first quest, so I went and I talked to the dude, and was like, I gotta go to Whiterun because there's a fucking dragon and shit. So it was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, the idea is you go to Riverwood, and then from there, one of the things is whoever you end up talking to is like, you gotta get to Whiterun because they gotta be alerted of dragons.
Yeah. Not even that. They gotta be alerted of dragons. No, they need to send people to save us.
Yeah, really.
There's a dragon afoot.
There's a dragon, a claw.
A flight.
uh,
Aloft.
one of the cool things about this game is that some of the quests kind of intertwine with each other.
Yeah.
Like, there's a quest about a golden claw. It's a golden dragon's claw.
It's called the Golden Claw.
It is, and you can either start it in Riverwood, or you can start it in
Whiterun.
Whiterun. Someone else will give it to you, but you don't
Well,
go.
no, they won't give it to you. They want
something
the
else.
Dragonstone.
Yeah, they want the Dragonstone, but you're going to the same place, so you'll
Yeah, the
end up
Bleak Falls Barrow.
you'll end up going. Which I still have not been to Bleak Falls Barrow in this game.
Oh, I have.
Oh well, then at some point we're gonna split off, but
Yep. So I went into the Riverwood Trader, and I bought Trader, not Traitor. And I bought a strong poison and the Raised Dead spell, which I actually never ended up using the Raised Dead spell. But I bought a strong poison, which I used later against a powerful opponent, foe. And I started the Golden Claw. And I went and I checked out the inn, did some alchemy, and this is one thing that I actually really liked. If you go to innkeepers and you just say, heard any rumors, or do you have work for me? They'll, like, I got a bounty note, so I get to go kill a bounty for the Jarl of Whiterun.
nice.
Which is cool, get a little extra coin, but I haven't been out there. And I figured, I kill everybody anyway, might as well be a bounty hunter.
True that. I mean, you're an assassin. You're
Mhm.
gonna. I imagine. Well, we're both going to join all of the guilds and do all the crap anyway.
Yeah.
But you seem like you're like I'm predestined to probably end up with the Thieves Guild. You're probably predestined to go with the
Dark Brotherhood.
The Dark Brotherhood, which I've actually never finished either one of those, so that'll be an experience
The Dark Brotherhood's pretty sick.
in a good way, not like
Yes,
grotesque, but in a.
not disgusting.
I
Disgusting.
There's one mission that's rather important because of. Well, before we get into that, Justin, what do you think of the companion system in this game?
It was okay for what it was, but it was lacking. I wish there was more you could do with it.
More like what you did in New Vegas.
No, I just mean more in general, like a lot more in general.
Well, I was talking New Vegas because in New Vegas you get all of the companions that you have that are permanent companions all have their own backstories. They all have their own story missions for them. And
Well, yeah, that's all good, and I feel that should just be auto-include. But I mean, from a gameplay perspective, I think you like kind of like having Donald and Goofy in Kingdom Hearts, more specifically Kingdom Hearts 2, where you can kind of customize them a little bit more. Just a system like that, where I can have them do certain things the way I want them to, instead of them just kind of doing whatever they want.
yeah, there's not a whole lot of your companion. When it comes to your companion,
They just kind of do what they do.
if you give them armor, if it's better armor, they're always going to equip it. And if it's a weapon that's better, they're always going to equip it. So if you give them a bow and then you give them a warhammer, they're going to go with the warhammer every time because it's a stronger weapon.
Yeah.
So that can be a problem because they're kind of stupid and they just run right into battle.
They really are stupid.
So what I've learned to do is just either don't give them any weapons and just make them a pack mule, or give them arrows so that they're at it. Depending on what I'm doing, I'll either make them, if I'm an archer, then I'll make them an archer as well, so that way they're not in front of me getting hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that leads into one of the missions you can do in Riverwood. Is there's this love triangle going on between a wood elf called Fendel and a Nord called Sven. And I don't remember the girl's name. What is the girl's name?
Camilla.
Camilla, who is the sister to the owner of the general goods store.
Yep.
And
My note here: meet Sven. Get note, because when you meet him, he's like, that fucking bitch is going over with the chick, and he's a fucking asshole. So he gives you a note that's kind of like to poison Feindal's name to give to Camilla.
Yeah.
So he gave me that note, and then what I did, instead of doing that, I went over and I chopped a shit ton of wood, because you can sell it there for some coin. So I just chopped wood, and it's in all caps, because I fucking chopped wood. Like a man.
Like a man.
But what happened while I was chopping that wood is I was attacked by 3 hired thugs. And I'm not sure why. But
What?
they attacked me. Oh, no, I remember what it was. The note that they had, I think it was the granddaughter of Anise, the old lady,
Yeah.
was sent them after me because I killed her grandma.
Why'd you kill her grandma, dude?
The old lady.
Why did you do it?
Because she attacked me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird.
But, so I got in this big, epic battle where they're all coming at me. It was either 3 or 4 of them, but I think it was 3, because I only found 3 bodies afterwards. But, like, I immediately whipped the bow out, and I'm up on top of the lumber mill, and I'm shooting arrows down, and then I, like, jumped over them and went this way, and then I pulled out my 2-handed sword, and I hit him a couple of times, and I pulled out the dual maces, and I was hitting them and running around. It was this big, epic fight, and I was healing myself. And then right as the fight goes to the end, I pull out the 2-handed sword, and I do a power attack, and not one shot at this point, but I finish off the first one, and then the next one runs up, and I do a power attack, and I finish him off, and then the third one comes up, and I finish him off, and then I pull my bow back out, and I leveled up, and it was so beautiful.
Nice.
There's nothing more beautiful in Skyrim than a corpse that you had just created.
I don't know. I think there's nothing better than when you steal something that was very hard to steal, especially behind people's backs.
No, fuck that.
So,
Why can't we have both? Why can't I steal from them and then put an arrow in their back?
because once you... Alright, I'd give you credit if you stole from them first and then killed them. Because once they're dead, they're dead. Who's gonna... I mean... That takes half of the fun out for me. I like to kind of, sneak around.
You scum.
Ah, you scum.
Garbage.
You garbage. I steal from them, but I leave them whole. You murder them
Yes.
in cold
So,
blood.
so what did you do with Sven slash Feindal?
Okay,
How
so
did your tale go? Weave us a little tale of what you did with the two.
so
And this
as
little
you know, but
love triangle.
as the audience may or may not know, uh, this is actually kind of important because you can. This is the first time. Well, I guess not because it's a sandbox game, but you can pick a companion. You don't know this if it is the first time you're playing, but because when you can talk to both of them, and they're both jerks. They both turn out to kind of be
Yeah, they're both dumbasses.
because they both were like. If you go up and talk to both of them, they'll both give you a letter trying to shame the other one.
Yeah, to poison them.
So I was sitting here and like, oh well, they're both jerks. Which one do I want? Do I want Sven the bard, or do I want Fendal the archer? Yeah, let's go with Sven the archer because he can.
You mean Feindal the archer?
Or I'm sorry, Feindal the archer because he can teach you archery.
Yeah.
You pay him and he'll teach you, and that was kind of a very useful thing to have along the way.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I gave her the letter about Sven, and so because Fendal liked me, I chose Fendal,
Nice.
and he's now my traveling companion.
Very nice. So your party goes up to 2.
Yes, yes.
So what I did is I took the note that Sven gave me, and I went and I told Feindal, turning Feindal against Sven. And then Feindal gave me a note to give to Camilla, say it was from Sven. So I naturally told her it was from Feindal, so I poisoned her against Feindal. And then I went and just for kicks, I went and I killed Sven's mother. So what I did with that is she just sits right out there in the front. I stood in the like archway before you go into the town, and I just crouched and I just pelted her with arrows. But she like ran inside too fast, so I didn't kill her. Nobody saw this, right?
Okay.
So then I go into her house, and she's just sitting there, back turned to me, and she's like healed up or whatever. But I sneak over, and I steal some stuff. I pickpocket a few things, and then I get back to the door, and I put an arrow into her, and then I put a second arrow into her, and then she gets out past me because she's still not dead, because apparently this old broad can take some arrows. And then she runs outside, back turned to me. This had to be a fucking movie moment. And I just put an arrow right in her back between the shoulder blades, and she just topples face first into the river and just floats there. And then I run over and I loot her, and nobody saw. Perfect stealth kill.
Was it at night or was it during the day?
No, it was the middle of the day.
Wow.
Yeah, because nobody cares when an old woman's being put down.
Except for maybe Sven, but you had already killed him.
No, I hadn't killed him yet.
Oh wow! Well, didn't you? Okay, so continue. Tell him about the Sven.
So I took her out, and then I went and I waited until night, and I went to Feindal's house when he was there, and I snuck up behind him and I stole from him, pickpocketed him, and then I put 2 arrows in his back and killed him in silence. And then I went over to Sven's house and I waited, and he never showed up. What the fuck? So I waited a little bit longer. He didn't show up. So I went to the inn. And apparently, he never fucking sleeps. He just sits in the inn and tells fucking jokes and sings songs all day. So, I was presented my first real challenge. How am I going to take Sven out, but without poisoning these people against my name? So what I did is I waited until the wee hours in the morning when everyone kind of is dispersed. It's not as busy.
Okay.
There's the innkeeper on the other side, and then I think everybody else is asleep except for a dude on the other side of the establishment.
Okay.
Sven is still standing there, same place, just singing to nobody. So I sneak over and I get behind a pillar in the corner, and well, first I pickpocket him as well. And that was actually the first time I failed pickpocketing, because I usually autosave, quick save, before I do the pickpocketing.
Okay.
And then I finally failed, and then I was like, okay, whatever, and I load it, and I steal from him, and I get some shit. And then I put an arrow in him. And then he starts to run, and I put the 3rd arrow in him, and he died. And then I looted him, and nobody saw.
And this
I silently killed him in the fucking inn.
That's kind of the AI in this game is not the greatest when it comes to
with stealth.
Yeah,
oh no,
stealth.
I know.
They're just kind of. But it's a game. You let it go because it makes it more fun that way.
So I decided to not choose either of them because they're both assholes, and I'm probably going to end up marrying Camilla myself.
Or killer. One of the two.
or killer, or perhaps both. We'll see.
You can, real quick though, that's another thing. You can marry in this game, but it doesn't really amount to anything other than
You're married.
you're married, and whoever you marry, if you have a house, they'll live in your house, and I think make food maybe.
Hmm.
But other than that, if you don't have a house, you do gain her house, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
But there's no, it's not like Fable, sadly, where you get to have a
Fuck 'em.
kid. Yeah, you get to have sex with them and then kill him, or not kill him.
Oh fuck yeah.
You get to have sex with him and then she gets pregnant. And you can actually have a kid. You just marry him and that's it. But I guess that makes sense because you do live kind of like day to day in that game. So you'd have to be there for a while for her to get pregnant and then have the kid. 9 months worth.
Yeah.
But
But imagine.
if you played that game 9 months worth in game 9 months,
And then witnessed your in-game son born.
dude, I'm a Khajiit. If I hooked up with a Nord, I wonder what that would look like.
You probably wouldn't be able to have a kid.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
probably could only hook up with a Khajiit, which sucks because there's not a lot of them.
No, you could fuck as many people as you want. You just probably couldn't produce offspring with them.
Oh, gross, like an Argonian.
Dude, the lusty Argonian maid.
I remember that story. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yes.
All right,
It
so
was Erato fanfic.
did you do anything else in Riverwood? Because I think that's a
No, at this point I got escorted out.
you got escorted out. Oh yeah, by the
To go to Bleak Falls Barrow.
yeah, because that's the sister will lead you out.
Yes.
So I guess I'll start. The next thing I did was I was heading. I don't know which direction. I was heading in some direction, and I found a horse with no rider, just chilling next to.
Spooky.
Isn't it? Just chilling next to a chilling next to a dead bandit. So I robbed the bandit, obviously.
Of course.
I'm not gonna
Yes.
let that go. And then
Yeah, of
I got on the
course.
horse, and that reminds me to bring up something else. The mechanics for the horses in this game are just terrible. I think.
Yeah.
I think they could have done better because if you steal a horse, there's just no reason to. Because you steal a horse, you can ride it, but as soon as you get off, it takes off.
Yeah.
And
It
so,
will immediately try to kill you.
and I've never bought a horse, so I guess if you buy a horse, they'll stay near you. But
Yeah.
what?
If you do the Dark Brotherhood, I think you get a horse.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I stole the horse, but every time I got off, he'd kind of like walk away, and I was like, "You stop, stupid
You
horse!"
son of a bitch.
And here's the thing:
Back over here.
I went to Anissa's cabin, and she didn't attack me.
Well, she attacked me after I went into her basement.
What was in her
And-
basement?
There was a note talking about how she wanted her granddaughter to come join the coven. And there was like enchanting shit and alchemy stuff and like she seemed like a witch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, I mean, let's see. I went to the stables because I went to the outside of Whiterun,
Yeah.
and there's a whole bunch. There's stables. There's a bunch of
Some
farms,
farms.
and this is actually kind of a cool story. So I robbed the stables,
Yes.
and then I went to each farm, and I actually got caught.
Oh.
And I was very disappointed in myself because I was like, I got caught. How did
Yeah,
I get
you
caught?
Suck.
But it
I
was,
guess I am the better thief.
it's because Fendel.
Sneak.
Fendel, they saw Fendel, I think.
Why Feindal?
Feindal.
I think that's how I always said it. But why would you have a companion if you're a thief?
Because they're my pack mule, dude.
But they're not as stealthy as you, dude.
I guess I could always get rid of Fendal.
Or you can make them wait and then go into an area.
Yeah, because the
come
whole
back
time
for
I'm
'em.
in there, Feindal would say, you're not supposed to be in here. Yeah, shut up, I know that.
You're not supposed to be in here. Yeah, that's the point. We're robbing the place.
So I cheated a little bit because we agreed not to go, to stop once we got into Whiterun, but I actually got arrested, got sent to the prison,
You son of a
waited
bitch.
it out, which, by the way,
You disgust me.
if you don't know this, there actually is a penalty for spending time in prison. All of your skills
You
Well,
lose like experience in them.
yeah, like because it's a blue
You
bar.
don't lose levels, but
No,
you lose some
like
experience.
if you were about to level in a skill and you get sent to prison, it goes away.
Yeah.
But you don't have to go to jail. You can always pay a fine, or you can kill them,
Of
or run
course you can kill.
away. That whole shtick.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I got caught and I went back for revenge and I killed his family because you don't get to just put me in jail.
That sounds out of character. Did you not make that up? Are you
No,
Were
I
you reading
no
something about my life?
no, I killed him because I didn't want people to know that I was a thief and I got caught. No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, you've got to kind of get rid of all those loose ends.
Yes,
Can't arrest who they don't know exists.
and yeah, so
So
that
then you
happened.
immediately left the city.
No, oh yeah, I kind of I continued my rounds, went to all the places, went to the brewery, the Honey Brew.
Meadery, honey brew, meadery or whatever.
Yeah, and then just stole the crap out of everything. My lockpick skill is through the roof.
Ah, very nice.
And yeah, that was pretty much uh, what I did immediately after I left Riverwood. So that's what I did. What did you do right after?
Well, yeah, during this time, while you were off gallivanting, getting caught like a noob of some kind,
Yeah.
I was making my way up to the Bleak Falls Barrow and spending some time within its depths.
Okay.
On the way up there, I'm running up the side of a mountain. Like, I was literally running up the side of a mountain. And I come across a small tower in the distance. And it's the middle of the day, which makes sneaking so much fucking harder.
Yes.
And so I try to come up on these guys, but they just keep seeing me. So I'm like, okay, fuck this. So I wait until nightfall, where I slay all the bandits, of course, take their shit, because that's what I do. I actually killed the first guy with stealth, and then the second dude saw me, because he was right next to the guy I took out.
Right.
And the third dude didn't see me, but I think there were three. So I take all their shit, and then I head up some, little ways further. Up, and I'm looking down on this ledge, and I don't know how I got turned around, but I thought I was looking down on the Bleak Falls Barrow, and there was a guy there, a bandit, and I went to shoot him, and when the arrow hit him, it said giant. So I was looking down way far in a distance at what looked like a person, which was actually a giant, and I mean, he didn't come for me or anything, but... So I thought that was kind of funny. So then I find my way to the Bleak Falls Barrow, and there's a dude, fucking take him out, run... Some other dude fucking pissing or whatever, take him out. And then the final chick, I think it was a chick, runs up. And she tried to hurt me. And I just take the weapon attacks and arrows to the face. That's all it takes. Arrows to the face.
Nice.
And I use poison, of course. But
Of course.
I'm keeping my strong poison that I bought. Because it cost me half my gold.
I've never actually used poison in this game. How does poison work?
You just poison your arrow or your weapon, and then the next hit does extra shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so use a poison arrow to do more damage, so you can one-shot shit.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I come across the giant, and then I'm like, fuck that. So I get to the Bleak Falls Barrow, and I snipe the guard outside, bow the others down. I get inside. Right in the inside, there's a bunch of dead skeevers and a dead guy. It's like, oh, wow, that guy got killed by skeevers. What a fucking bitch.
Yeah, really.
And there's two people they're just sitting there at a fire, talking. First guy down. The second chick, before she even realizes that the first guy's down, boom, arrow, dead. Then I slept in their bed.
Okay.
Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
And then that's when I was about to start exploring the Bleak Falls Barrow, but I'll have to get into that another time because we got to end it.
So that was the first part of Skyrim, our playthrough of Skyrim, and
we would have talked longer, but unfortunately, I have to leave.
Right, but
unfortunately,
but don't worry, we got a lot left to talk
Oh
about.
yeah, a lot more.
We're gonna talk about our adventures in Whiterun and how many people,
next episode.
how many people Justin kills and how many people I steal from.
I might not kill people in Whiterun because it's a lot heavily guarded, and I'm not like a high enough level to be able to do it.
Right.
But I'll see. I'll gauge it while I'm there. I might just kill people in the surrounding farmhouses.
Because they're by themselves
Yeah,
and they're easy.
definitely going for the nearby bounties.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us. You know, if like we always say, if you liked us, you know, subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you guys do.
Yep.
And
Rate it.
we're still waiting for that first comment. We got
Write a Yelp review.
well, you can. It'd be kind of weird, but the destination is Skyrim, and we're
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
But thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Peace.